Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi. Good.
Good. Okay, well, I wasn't gonna come up here and speak, but I feel like you've said something that I feel like I should ask you about.
Sure.
With respect, of course. Something that you said to I guess we're calling him the Christian virgin.
We'll just call him the Christian guy.
Okay.
Christian guy.
Something that you said to him, I feel like kind of led me to believe that you're leading people astray into a value that maybe you're not particularly trying to get them to lead them to. I feel like a lot of what you said was kind of rooted in comparison to the female gender, as far as saying, you know, women have this much value in the sexual market as they're younger, and kind of seems like you're telling men that maybe they should match that so that they don't feel lesser than in a relationship, or they don't feel like they have anything to stack up to or to compare themselves to make themselves feel worse in a relationship, or kind of blaming women on that particular male mindset in a relationship as far as sex goes, and the amount of sexual partners that women have when it's stacked up. I feel like that's rooted in insecurity, and you're trying to get young men to compare themselves to their partners as if it's a competition, and that does kind of belittle the idea of relationships as a whole. And that kind of sets a really poor example to young men when you have them sort of kind of believing that value. So what do you have to say? Is it your intent to lead them to insecurity, which is what I'm hearing a lot of, or is your intent different in so much as empowering men the way that women choose to empower themselves at this point? Because to my understanding, it's the women's empowerment that we're starting to call direct feminism, and I don't think that those two things are exactly the same. Women can still empower themselves and bring themselves out of comfort zones that they used to not have, or lives that they used to not be given, and still have that respect for men. And men do not have to feel like they need to compete because of that.
Okay, that was a lot of word salad, I'll be honest with you.
Right.
Can you give me like a direct question of what it is and what you're specifically having a grievance with?
I just want to know what your opinion is on the difference between insecurity and male empowerment, because it seems to me like they're butting heads.
Okay, so I've always said that privilege is invisible to those that have it, and this is a perfect example of that. So women don't really, well, they do compete, it's just that they don't really understand it or know it because women don't operate on meritocracy. So the reality is insecurity is good, because insecurity, when your position is insecure, you're more likely to work to get a better position, right? Insecurity is what men thrive off of, because competition, men must compete. We kind of innately understand this, but women don't. And when it comes to you being with a woman and dealing with your woman, there is a dynamic between the two. And in order for your woman to respect you and want to follow you, you must be better than her in every single way. The only way you're gonna be better in every single way, you must have more sexual market value than her. Now, men understand this because for us, our sexual market value is getting tested all the time. We actually have to go up to women, introduce ourselves, talk to them, and then we pretty much get an answer based on our success rate of where we stand sexual market value-wise. Women don't, because you guys, no matter how rude or fat or annoying you are, men will still talk to you, unfortunately. So one of the things that kind of sucks for women is that you guys never really know where you stand. And the thing that sucks for you guys is you guys don't learn where you stand until you get rejected. And the problem with women when they get rejected is it happens so far and few between, and it might come with like one or two guys, but it's not enough for you guys to say, damn, I need to self-improve. If I go up to 10 girls and I get rejected, which can happen easily all the time, I'm like, you know what, I probably need to work on my game a little bit. I need to get in the gym. Maybe I smell, whatever. I have a body of work to go off of to figure out what I need to do. With women, since you guys get accepted no matter what, a lot of the times you guys don't know what work needs to be done. And this makes it where you guys are very, how do I say this, complacent, and it's like, I'm perfect the way that I am. And women, this is why women don't respect self-improvement a lot of the times. And they get mad even at the notion of me telling you, hey, you need to improve in this way, or you need to do this, or you need to tell your girl to do this. Women get mad at this because like, I'm perfect the way that I am, because we lie to women all the time. So with this whole insecurity thing, I'm just telling guys what it really is. For you to be able to command your woman to follow you properly and to do what she's supposed to do, you got to treat it like Pokemon. And what I mean by this is you need to have you need to be the gym trainer with a lot of badges, because if you don't have enough badges and you go ahead and you tell the woman, hey, I need you to attack and she doesn't attack, it's because you don't have enough badges. She goes to sleep on you or whatever. That's how women are. They're fucking Pokemon, right? And as a Pokemon trainer, you need to have enough badges to be able to get them to listen. And if you don't, then they don't listen. So that's why I think it's so important for guys to increase their sexual market value, because that's the only thing women respond to favorably. And as a matter of fact, this is why a majority of women are chasing a minority of men. Why are all the women pretty much chasing the same minority of men that call them stupid, that don't respect them, that don't take them seriously? Why do all the bad boys get all the girls? Why is that? Well, because women respond favorably to men that have higher sexual market value. And that increase in sexual market value a lot of times comes from insecurity and the need to compete. And the need to compete makes you rise up in sexual market value and you get more women. It is what it is. I wish it wasn't this way. I wish women were nice and polite and didn't care about these things, but they do. So the man has to have the leverage and have more sexual market value, because if the girl has more sexual market value, she's going to feel like she's better than him. She feels like she's better than him. She's going to feel like she's above him. She feels like she's above him. She has to look down on him. She has to look down on him. She doesn't respect him. And then it's just a vicious cycle where it's never going to work. I hope that answers it.
No, you're good. So basically what you're saying is, like, for men, that kind of insecurity aspect is necessary.
Yeah, I mean, see, women like to frame insecurity as a bad thing, but I look at insecurity as a very good thing, because when you're not secure, you're not lazy, you're not complacent. Complacency kills motivation. Like, complacency really only works for women, if I'm going to be honest, because being complacent will make you mediocre, and being mediocre means you're not moving forward in life. You're not moving forward in life, your sexual market value either drops off or stays stagnant, and that's not going to work for you as a man. Women always want better. So complacency only really works for females. Mediocrity too, if I'm going to be honest. Like, a girl can be stupid as fuck but be hot and find a guy. Men cannot afford to be just hot and stupid, because at some point you're still not going to get sexual access. You might get some girls here or there, but you won't be able to keep them. So as a man, if you're not competent, you will deal with consequences for it.